by any standard. So that's my defense. Okay, the upgrade decision. We can either upgrade the tropical island. It will be a decent amount of health. We like health a lot. I feel like we find other means to upgrade the companion core, and it's kind of silver. The alternative is to say the 1 second extra freeze of the ray is also amazing. Since we already have a freeze here with a frozen shot, I'm inclined to greet it here. Do it like this. Discussion is over. I came from your stream anyways. Hello, Emmy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it here. Yeah. We can look at slow items, which also have the possibility for slow enchants, and I'm a lot more inclined to do this, or go for random medium and large items. I think one is that this pool is now bigger. With all the large items we don't have any interest in. So it's not only the whole medium pool, also the large pool that is fully available at day 10. Maybe you get like a nice slow enchant. I don't think we have space for any of those or want those. Poison skills are amazing. Let's see if we hit something good here. +5 is decent, but I don't think as decent as freezing my opponent for 5 seconds, so we definitely go with the freeze here. I feel like we should not greet with the cooler. I do think we still need another friend on the board to have like enough haste uptime. Unfortunately, without an Aiden or missiles that procs twice, we need haste. So we cannot put in the LEDs, and I do think the beta ray is just better, since our game plan is to burst our opponent as fast as possible, and that means even though LEDs slow, I rather have the extra scaling from the beta ray towards poison due to the gamma ray. Okay. Now imagine how your chat looks to him. Hello, Sweaty, welcome. Thank you for following DBQPKQ. Okay, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Welcome to the stream. Bro, you're poison dually. Just poison shit out of them and that's it. I mean, sure, that's a game plan. That's what we're doing. We hit our Monitor Lizard on, I think, day 1. But I also try to at least be, first of all, a little educational and try to explain what my decisions making are. And even though we might only play at like 80 to 85% perfection, I still want to play at least to that degree. Because my main selling point of the stream is saying, hey, I'm Snazer, I'm rank 1, join my stream and learn from the best. Anyway, I want to change the camera 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted. Sorry. You muted. Yeah. I muted myself because I didn't want to have noises when I move stuff around. Yeah, very educational stream. Oh no, I'd at least try to explain stuff. We definitely like dually skills here. It's an easy decision. Skills are amazing. We can get haste on the core, which is probably by far the best. That's another source of haste, and then we can run LEDs. I prefer it over a core upgrade, and the other ones are, well, not good enough. So I'm gonna buy this. Crit skills or small items. I mean, let's just look at the crit skills. Maybe there is like some sort we want. I feel like when you burn, get free crit is pretty good. We will burn a lot. Amazing skill. And if you have another chance, we can pick up the improvised burn. I don't know if we skip the fight, but let's see if we can just do this. There was like a bug where you skip fights. We are rich enough and we don't need prestige. We just want to increase our max health. And cooldown reduction is still key. We like this. Sort of we got an extra day, huh? Kinda a bug. Anyway. We don't want to forget to put on the ray. I think we're certainly having enough haste uptime with the new freeze haste on freeze skill. So we can put out the Wallace that is not doing a lot in all honesty. Put in the LEDs, which will do a lot more for us. Feel like this is a very glass cannon volley setup, but we should always get there. Is Chrono good in the burn builds? Someone else answered Chrono is always good. The answer is, I would say a Diamond Chrono is always good enough to try to figure out how to put on the board, and I would always put a Diamond Chrono barrier on my board, no matter what. And if it's a golden one, I would say most of the time I rather have other things on the board, because the 1 second is often not good enough and you make yourself just weaker by putting it on the board. If you have like a really amazing setup, but can spare the room, sure, but I would say in 90 to 95% of the cases, I rather have a full board and not a chrono barrier that does by itself mostly nothing except of slowing my opponent. We just like health. We don't like gumballs. We can look at the medium items or get a haste item. Let's look at the medium items, why not? I don't think a Chem Snail is warranted here. That is also nothing. Let's do it like this. Maybe it's this way. Maybe we get like some extra HP out of our water cooler. We love this. Also, stream is growing a little. Welcome everyone to the stream. I greatly appreciate you being here. I'm trying to get into streaming. I'm really new to it. It's kind of my 5th stream or something. Yeah, I try to be consistent, and after today I can start to get affiliated and maybe try to consistently stream every day. Okay, selling this off, selling this off. 5% cooldown reduction is still good on the core. I mean, cinders would also be amazing on the lizard, but in all honesty, I want to just pop off as fast as possible. Health would be good, but cooldown reduction is just the most valuable for me at the moment. Burn item, or we can look at items. I rather look at items. Here are some weapons included, except of missiles. I don't think there is any weapon, and even missiles is, I would say, at least debatable. I rather have Kina with no weapons. I could have considered the solar farm there in all honesty. But also I think my board as it is good enough. So I don't know. We can finally farm some health with the Walter. So we definitely do this. I just want to min-max with my water cooler. It's the whole reason why I bought him and have him steadily in my stash. This is normal, right? So it's not worth going for 30 prestige for the 4th reward chest? No, this is normal. There is no reason to go for another chest. We just go for a free ticket. Yeah. By the way, that was a joke. You can only go for 3 chests. Don't want to confuse some people that are not familiar and think actually you can get a 4th chest. You can also not get more than your 20 prestige. It's not filling over. I tested. I feel like we are giga strong. Let's not be kidding ourselves. We should win most matchups. It's just a really strong lizard. And this seems like an ethical, slow kind of build. So we should get there. I was ambitious, saying we get there easy. The charge here is probably what made it interesting. And you have also seen that it was like 300 health. So every health option extra Walter made sure we're winning our fight. Okay, I will restart the client just to prevent memory leak. And then we go again. I actually do have 29 prestige victory screenshot though, no meme. Even if the bar does not advance, it does go past 20. Okay, I would argue they changed it, since I am 100% certain that I actually tried it once early when the game released, and it did not increase. Just the prestige is never worth taking, honestly. In ranked, if you're already legend, probably not. Just because of the MMR loss. If you actually just want to get over the line and you are at, let's say, 8ish 9 wins, I did, and I can see myself still would like if you're in the normal ranked system, to just take it to have like an extra chance, an extra more fight if I lose, to get over the line, get my extra chest, get my ranked up rewards, win rewards for having 7 or 10 wins. So I don't think it's completely wrong, but I also rarely take it. I rather have the either gold because I'm poor, but this is not happening and this matters too much, or I want to have the extra health, which is by far the most option this patch I picked. Okay, core choices. We have 2 red cores I really despise and have no good experience with. I know you can make the crit core somewhat work, but I'm not too familiar with it. I have played it, I have tested it. I feel like competent to say what is better and do stuff, but somehow I'm still losing way too many fights. I rather take the ignition core. It's by far my most beloved core, because it's just consistent and good. We can either pick here 2 gold and 1 XP, which is amazing, or we go to JJ. For some reason, JJ is the ray seller, and he has most of the time rays. I don't know why. Maybe it's biased, maybe it's not true. But my experience is he has more often a ray than a Kina, which is kind of crazy. So I rather go here and try to hit some good stuff. I don't like micro Dave this early. I feel like in the mid game, if you have a lot of small items missing 2 key pieces and need to fill the board, micro Dave is actually reasonable. But early, he's just a 6-second slow guy. LEDs are amazing. I'm ready to reroll. There's an Uzi. Uzi is a fast trigger for my core. Amazing. I will fight a Pyro. Pyro has a lighter. Lighter is by far one of the best items to get in the early game. And cinders are not the worst. Crit core is really fun when it works, but it's very inconsistent. Yes, that is also my experience. So it's fun if it works, and it's fun when you high roll, which is always fun because when you high roll, you hopefully win. But it's just like not consistently winning, and then you have like some miserable games. So I would, if I would win min-max and ranked, which I do, and maybe you guys want to do the same, I would not pick a crit core if I have the option, and rather pick my ignition or companion core. I think both are more consistent. We high rolled, we got our lighter, we love it. I think an Uzi is in general better over LEDs. They're bronze, it's only 1 second slow. I rather have fast triggers on the core. We don't like crit skulls this early. They're potentially really bad, and the good burn crit skulls only show up at golden. We can get our freebie, or we can look at random items. Both are warranted, I would argue, because we already have kind of everything and only would want array, but we're also not really rich, so having like extra money to float is also good. I feel we can look here. I'm picking up a bomb squad. I'm not picking up a Dave. I don't feel like rerolling. Since I could not really afford a lot at Sterling, I don't think it's really okay to go there. I could not reroll anyway. Without selling stuff I don't necessarily want to sell. And at some point I need the experience, because I want to be level 3 by the end of day 2. Let's go with this. Bomb squad is just slow at the moment, but it is a burn item that can potentially scale. Want to have it. LEDs are amazing. We go like this, because the Uzi is fast triggering, and the lighter is fast triggering, and that's the best damage output. Easy fight to win. Okay, I will change the music a little. Upgrading the core is probably the most reasonable pick here. The others don't do a lot. I mean, 1 XP would also be okay-ish, because it's good to have an extra XP on day 2. But upgrading the core is more important. We don't have array yet, so the core is our main scaler and our main damage source. So upgrading it is rather reasonable. I still don't like to go to Curio on day 2 and 1, just because I'm not rich enough to afford it in general. And I rather have the money to spend on the key pieces, or like filling up my board with at least solid pieces. Shield skulls are not really good. We just take a small friend and a freebie. Same here, bronze skills are not really good. A random shield is okay, would be a freebie. I rather look at some shops, find my race. This is amazing. And I found my ray. So question is a little, I'm a duct tape enjoyer. I'm valuing it is really high. The question is if I want to sell 2 pieces for it. So probably definitely the Chris and potentially the Bomb Squad. But I think it's not warranted because the Bomb Squad is something I might want to use in the mid game until I have even better pieces. Though it is kind of slow, so it's a close call. I think I get another chance to get my duct tape, hopefully. So if you look at this, Chris Ignis. So the Aegis is the thing. Yeah, so I think first of all the Aegis is in most cases better than the Bomb Squad, just because it's kind of like the main damage comes due to scaling. So the 1 burn difference is not that much. The cooldowns are the same if this gets continuously charged without the target that charges it gets frozen. And then I rather have the consistency of having some shield, which could either make the 1 burn tick only tick for half the damage, or like sell some shield to prevent me losing a fight. So I find an Aegis most of the time more valuable over a Bomb Squad. I feel we are kind of strong. We have to think about how we want to set it up. But like for the first day, maybe it's like Rite of Core Gamer. Since this is silver, there's only bronze and fights take a little longer. But we have also like the decision whether we want and can take a warrior fight. It's often a risk, like even while we are like really, really strong. Probably we can take him out, but I don't like the risk. So if we do it like this, I'm kind of certain we can raise him. He's not that strong anymore. But I also like the skill of the crab, and I don't want to blame myself on the stream. So we just go with this setup, and we just go and kill the crab, and discussion is over. Is it a risky a bit without Aiden? No. I mean, it is a little risky, but he got nerfed a lot, and we have like really fast damage output. Like we get fast there, so I think we could have made it anyway. And hello, Raisel. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy you being here. Nice, we got rewarded. Hard shell, amazing skill. Definitely worth taking the fight if you would know in advance you get the shield. We need to take our experience now, so we level by the end of the day, even though JJ might have race. Sure, now I look a little silly. Question is if I even want to look at weapons, because I'm really not inclined to buy any weapons. I have already an Uzi. Even upgrading an Uzi does nothing, so I'm not really interested in going here. So we can think about those 2 options. We will level by the end of the day, so the XP is not needed, but more XP is always good. The alternative is to say, well, we want to have like a full bank for the next day. Potentially be richer to buy chocolate and stuff. I feel that is a reasonable approach, and we ignore the 1 extra XP. I don't know. It's a close call. I think both options are viable options that are reasonable to argue for and against. I want to take the extra gold just for the extra gold, and why not? Extra scrap shield is probably what I would prefer here, or I get a random shield. Both is kind of money. This is money with most of the time no high roll potential, like nothing I would have to want to have on my board except of a duct tape. So I rather have the scrap shield and use it at some point on my duct tape, or if I feel we have a strong opponent on the Aegis. Also here, it's an easy decision what items I want to have in play. Now we can think a little about the positioning, right of core, left of core. I feel like the scaling, due to the longevity of the fight, it is okay to consider at least something right of core. I feel like day 1 and 2 are the days where you can be a little greedy, though this is making the core proc at the same time as the Aegis, so it should buff it first and then do damage. So we can do it like this, or we put like the Aegis to the left and have only 2 slow items on the right. Let's see. We have a Pygmalion, so maybe we want to be a little greedy and scale because we think the fight is going longer. Do we want extra shield? I don't think so. We have the hard shell, so we don't need to put the scrap shield here on the eggs. And then we just go for the fight. If you would find a ray at the end of day 9 at bronze, would you sell it after to find it again? I was too scared not to find him again because I searched almost 10 days. Fire ray. That's a toughie. Like, you're kind of screwed already if you have not found your ray by day 8, your Omega Burn Fire Ray. So on the one side, with other items, I might consider buying them anyway, though I think in your position you probably have upgraded your core to, let's say, diamond, and just played with haste and diamond core and hope to get there. Like, I assume also your setup is an ignition core. I would not buy it. I think the one burn scaling of an Omega Ray is not doing much in the fights at day 10. You will get either crushed or you get there without it. I don't think the 1 extra burn is really mattering, so I would probably in that case not buy it. It's different if it would be the better freeze ray, because I value the extra ticks from the beta ray more. It scales my Omega Ray and it's charging my core again. And there it is not really mattering too much. Obviously, if it's golden, it's better. But in that case, I would pick it up if it's bronze. For the Omega Burn Ray, I would just not pick it up now. Okay, we do not care about shield skills or medium items here. We take the experience. We can reasonably discuss this a little. We have chocolate bars option. And we are like low on health, we like extra health. It's a lot if we increase our health by like nearly 50%. 150 extra health is amazing. Silver items have obviously like the race in silver, but I feel like since we have our main composition, we cannot find LEDs or the Omega Ray, or we need them. I easily take the chocolate here. Question here is, if I now use my borrowed gold and wisely invest it in gold chocolate, the answer is yes. I like to have the full 150 extra health. I feel like on day 3 this matters the most because the percentage-wise increases by far the most. Setup is still the same. I'm really strong. I can fight this opponent. Yes, okay, thank you. Run was cursed, core was bronze also, but I managed to get the 7. Yeah. Like, I will honestly tell you, if I was in this situation at ranked, I would at some point just concede and say the rank is the run is cursed. I'm not conceding too often, but sometimes I do this because if you're in the legend rank, the losses and the wins getting evaluated, and then your MMR gain is getting calculated. So every loss matters a lot. And for example, this morning I had a completely I had like a really good lizard setup with everything, and every opponent had my setup with either better skills or higher graded items. So I literally ran into the same setup like 4 times with just the edge because better skills and so on, higher scale lizard. And I think the run was in total, like the last opponent had like a diamond chrono, while I also had a diamond chrono, which made me feel go on day 14 for another round. And I lost because he had like a bajillion haste skills that made sure he had like perfect haste uptime, and I did not have enough haste skills to counter a diamond chrono barrier. Long story short, I lost 28 MMR, which took probably 5-10-1 runs in the first place to get, which is the whole morning grinding. And because of the system and how it is at the moment, I do not get punished for conceding early. And if I get a completely cursed run, I am sometimes inclined to say, well, I will not win the chests anyway for the reward, and therefore I just concede. If you do the same, I don't know. Just in general, I still increase my gems every day, so it's not like any pay-to-win stuff, and I'm not conceding every day if I don't hit the perfect start with 2 rays and an ignition core. So it's still like kind of ethical, but just a FYI, and in all honesty. Okay. 100 health, poison extract, XP. It's definitely the 100 health. The other options don't matter a lot. Friends or relax. I mean, I feel really strong. I took a lot of HP options here, so I don't think I need the relax on day 3, even though in ranked I often inclined to take every edge I can get just to get to the next day. So I just take the friends though. Maybe there's an Aiden. I'd like to play an Aiden. I'm not buying any of those. Shield skill, like skills in general on the earlier days, I don't like. Rarish talked about it yesterday a little in his stream, and he says he switched a little and is more inclined to buy skills in the earlier days. I feel like not doing this, but we will see if my intuition is changing there. Random item versus looking at a lot of items. I'm rich enough to justify looking at items, so we do this. There's a nice ray. I don't feel rich enough at the moment to gamble on the crypto. I rather have the money to buy in the next reroll shop. There's an upgrade for the ray. Perfect. Amazing. Love it. Okay. We probably start